Is the National Professional Fishing League taking over professional fishing? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog. If you're new, my name is Steve Chapman. I think we all can agree that the NPFL has made massive strides in 2025. And they are doing a lot of things right. But are they taking over professional bass fishing tournaments? 2026 will be a crucial time in the industry, the sport, and the hobby. And anglers from 2025 must decide if they're going to fish the NPFL before October 17th. And then the NPFL will open it up to anyone and everyone and start taking applications again. But they've already accepted 4 bigger name anglers to join them in 2026 before the other anglers have said yes or no. And as of this making of this video, it is like 9 o'clock, October 14th. They have not finished their schedule. We don't know where the first tournament is going. We don't know where the championship is going. And they roughly have 60, 65 returning anglers going back to the NPFL. But why are they taking over and why not? Now, their forward-facing sonar stance was genius. I think everyone can admit to that now. They were the first and only to make this decision, something that was monumental, and put the line in the sand and said, this is the way we're going to do things. And fans love this rule because we get to see anglers' traditional fish. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And bass fans are extremely, and I mean extremely loyal. And the NPFL has a very loyal fan base. And they're building it more and more every time they have a tournament. Next, they took an aggressive stance on the off-limits issues that has just plagued the Bassmaster over the last couple of years with disqualifications and just making things more drama than they should. And their off-limits period makes sense. It seems like it's the right thing to do. It's the right way. It's a move forward. And it shows that the NPFL and their staff and the core group is willing to make changes that are better for not only the fans, but better for the anglers. But we'll find out soon if it really levels the playing field, if everyone stays equal. Because we're going to see some anglers that have an excessive amount of money they will be able to go out and pre-fish and hopefully not barter or solicit information from guides and other stuff. But it does open up a lot of questions. Now, their new platform is getting there. Is it better than fixed TV? Oh my gosh, yes. Is it perfect? No. But they are trying to do their best to figure it out step by step. See what the fans want, see what the anglers want, and continually improve. And when you have someone that's willing to, even though they probably won't admit they've made mistakes, but make a mistake and then try to rectify it and be better, you have to give that organization a ton of props. I really do. And their new platform was a game changer for them. It was a game changer. And as they grow, so will their fan base and their viewership. And when well-established elite anglers and that fans love and adore join the NPFL in 2025, it brings more eyes to their platform and to their fishing organization. And those anglers really boosted the NPFL brand. And catering to the elite schedule allows elite anglers to join the NPFL. It might not be what most organizations will do, but in their case, this is a great opportunity to get bigger named anglers that are established into their tournaments and use their popularity to boost their views. But in my opinion, that's where some of the issues start to arise. Elite anglers have absolutely dominated the NPFL last season. And every organization's goal is to try to build their brand and build their anglers' brand, because if those anglers are being viewed and watched and loved, people will follow them. And I think that's where NPFL is really missing the mark. There's 2 things I think they're really missing the mark on. And I think building an angler's brand, getting the recognition that some of these guys deserve. They're paying a lot of money to participate, and a lot of them have never been on camera. We've never heard of their names. They're a working man trying to compete at a high level. Because when you look at Trey McKinney and Easton Fothergill and Drew Gill and Matt Becker and you realize Bass has not only put out stuff to make their brand bigger, but they've been successful. But that's the key to making the next KDD. And for Bass fans, McKinney, Fothergill, Becker, Gill, and lots of others are now household names because Bass and MLF have put the resources behind them to show and to showcase those anglers and to try to promote their brand, which then promotes Bass and MLF. And if the NPFL doesn't get a youthful angler or a group of youthful anglers, they will be pigeonholed into just being not only a working man's league, but a league that is a retirement league that pays a lot of money. And that is not their objective. And I'm not really convinced that if the NPFL didn't cater to the elite schedule and all those elite anglers join them in 2025, I'm not sure that their viewership numbers would be as good as they are. And the last reason I don't think the NPFL is taking over the tournament series, I think they're doing it in some instances and some instances are not. But the second reason I don't think they are is their payouts. And I don't know if fans really look into the numbers behind bass fishing. We want to root for the people we love, but the anglers follow the money. There's a reason why Patrick Walters joined NPFL years ago. It's plain and simple. And while they boosted their payouts to $100,000 after the first season, which was $50,000 to win, they're still not really good. With $5,200 in entry fees, and you can pretty much guarantee $2,000 to $2,500 in expenses in every tournament, and that's sometimes higher. An angler, a professional angler, needs to finish 25th or above to make a couple $100. And you don't leave your family for 7, 8, 9, 10 days to come home without a check or with just a couple $100 more. Anglers don't want that. And as the year went on and anglers left, their payouts dropped significantly, and they can't. And then don't even get me started about the championship, which is great to have $100,000 to the winner. But the championship payouts are not good. Anglers don't go to a free tournament to spend money and come home with less than the last place check. For an angler to go to a fishing tournament that's free, no entry fee, and come home in the red, they don't like that. And they don't share what the anglers make. They will put posts out about how much an angler's made over his career, but they have decided not to share that on their website or with anyone because anglers question at every tournament what they make. This is the God's honest truth. I know of anglers that went to the championship, left, competed and left, and didn't know how much they made. And that shows a lack of transparency. And they've done all these great things to be transparent and do things different. Yet they don't want fans or their anglers to know what their payouts are. And it isn't just the anglers that are in their league. There are professional anglers that have questioned it to me. Why do I not know how much they make? And they've decided that it isn't important to the fans. That why would a fan care about it? It isn't just the fan, it's the anglers. Having said that, I think what the NPFL has done in the last year has been everything that I thought they should have done 5 years ago. Sometimes constructive criticism is constructive criticism. It isn't meant to hurt. It's meant to help. And if you're not willing to accept or even acknowledge when someone is giving you constructive criticism, then you're not making headways. And I do think that the NPFL is pushing themselves to be one of the better leagues. I still think they're 5th or 6th. It's not a shot at them. I think the pro circuit drastically pays more. I think the elites, of course, is better. The BPT, of course, is better. The opens and the EQs, they're better too. And now with the BFL changing their payouts, very little money to join. I might even say that even though the BFL doesn't get the recognition or the streaming that the fans want, I would think that the BFL would be more profitable to most anglers than joining the NPFL, especially against the crowd of anglers that they have now. And I have high hopes for NPFL. There's a lot of people that didn't. I think that I've been hypercritical, but as honest as I can be on what I see, of what I've learned over 20 plus years, not in this industry. But what do you think? If I'm wrong, I have no problem admitting I'm wrong. But what do you think of the NPFL? Do you think they are on track to be the best of the best? Comment below and tell me what you think. Thanks to all the new subscribers and members and everyone who's interactive on this channel. I really do appreciate it. It's a humbling experience, and I welcome everybody because you're family to me. But if you're not a subscriber, click that like, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you know when the next video drops. Remember, take a kid fishing, tight lines, cheers, and get your fish on.